Hi everyone. So this is Vrinda here from Tulsi Guidance, and I welcome you all to the first ever episode of Vrinda Speaks podcast. Yes, a new beginning on a new moon day where I'm introducing to you guys a channel where I'll be talking to you about certain transformative tools. The whole idea behind creating Vrinda Speaks podcast is to talk on topics which are related to transformation tools and healing through tuning into higher energies and talking about how they can be applied to your daily lives. Of course, as always, nothing is really planned that what will be coming my way further. I just got that guidance from my angels that I should start talking to you guys about these tools, and I am here now. So, the first episode that was guided to me for this is what else? New moon, new beginnings. So, yes, it's about the moon energy. Today, I'm going to be talking about how the moon cycles and how the moon phases are a part of such an important part of a healing journey, and why do I connect so much with new moon and full moon energies. All the ones who have been associated with me for so long, when you are listening to this, you'll definitely recollect so many conversations we've had about full moon, new moon, and you must have seen how many workshops and how many programs I've created connected to the full moon and new moon. And with this new programs that I'm coming up with next month in April of 7 months for full moon release as well as new moon abundance check writing, this seemed like the most relevant topic to talk about in my first podcast. So let me start off by talking a little about the moon cycle. I'm sure most of us here who have been in India or who have been connected to the Vedic culture, they are aware that many of our festivals, most of our festivals don't have a fixed date. And why is that? Because all the festivals are decided as per the moon phase. You know, the lunar cycle that happens is what decides how the festival dates are created. Everything is connected to the fourth day of the full moon, or a day after, or a day before, or with Amavasya, that's called the no moon. So that's how most of these Vedic time people had discovered that how these lunar cycles and phases of the moon create the energy in this planet. You won't believe it. There's a very interesting scientific study also that's been going on, and many health practitioners, especially who work with the mental programs, have discovered that many a times the moon cycles tend to affect the patients, the bipolar patients, and stuff like that. Of course, lots more researches are going on, and science will always require more proof, and they'll require more researches to kind of validate anything. But in healing, in spirituality, we go with our faith, with our trust, with our intuitions, and that's what moon is all about. Moon is all about, feminine intuitions, psychicness. Lots of astrological things are related to the moon. Moon is a very important planet in our astrological charts. Not that I know much about astrology. I've never been much into astrology. I've never studied it. But yes, we are all aware that how important the moon planet positions are in the astrological charts. The moon also signifies a lot of wisdom and spiritual connection. The moon cycle connects with the birth and death and reincarnation. So it's lots of things have been connected to the moon thing. If you go and read about it in most all old traditions, be it Roman, be it Vedic, be it Egyptian, there has been some or the other connection with moon. So it's a very interesting thing that how the whole year pattern was created as per the moon cycle. I mean, I really wonder what people were aware at that time in the olden times, that they really could understand how the earth gets affected by the rays of the moon. And when you see scientifically also, we've seen how the tides happen, how the sea gets affected, how moon is considered with so much of the water energy. So, yeah, it is a very interesting concept. But I'm not here to talk about the scientific elements of the moon. That's not my job. That's not what I'm going to do here. I'm not going to tell you. We've all studied in our 6th standard, 8th standard, 10th standard about the tides and moon cycles. The scientific knowledge of moon cycles and tides is available all over the place. What I'm going to share with you guys is my knowing of the moon thing, how I connect with it, and how it's shown up in my space. So I have been a Cancerian by birth. My birth date puts me in that sun sign of Cancerian, and I was always a very loony kind of a kid, very emotional, very always aware of the fact that I'm not sorry, I wouldn't say that. I was never aware of that. I was always a very moody kind of a child, which or a teenager or something. And my friends would also tell me that, suddenly you listen to the music that you're playing, we can make out that you're in a very different mood at this point. As my journey into healing started, and as my research into this started, and as I started studying about these things, because as many of you know, I have that tendency, I go into a lot of detail about everything that connects to me. And when I started going into depth of the whole thing, I realized today why it was like that, because I'm very connected to the moon cycles. And now, even if it's a full moon coming, and even if those energies are pulling me down or throwing things apart for me, I'm very aware of it. So now I have a lot of tools to play with. I don't let that moon cycle affect me, even physically. Even I start feeling drained, or even if my energy starts getting sucked out, or whatever is happening, I have the tools to play with. I don't succumb to that energy. I don't get worried about that energy. It doesn't scare me anymore, because yes, I'm empowered with so many tools. I'm empowered with so much of awareness and knowledge now, that it always creates a space for me to tune into some higher vibrations and shift it. And I'm very thankful for that, and that is something which I would like to share with all of you. This is what I would want all of you to do to yourselves. Enable yourselves, have these tools of transformation. Don't succumb to the things that take over you. It does happen. All sorts of things happen. Positive energy, negative energy, black magic, people doing psychic attacks. Everything is a possibility in this universe. It's not like any of these are just concocted notions. But yes, nothing is more powerful than you. And when you are aware, when you enable yourself, you can basically tackle most of these issues. So that's what the whole idea here is. Now, why do we do these full moon, new moon things that I've been doing for so long? I've been sharing with you guys about the abundance check writing on new moons, and I've been talking about the release patterns and full moon. So I'll just give you a brief description on that. So first I'll go with the new moon thing. Now, what is new moon? New moon is the day right after Amavasya. The day Amavasya finishes, we have a new moon. Amavasya is known as the no moon. That day there is no moon, and then the next day, when that Mahurat of the Amavasya is over, the timing of the Amavasya is over, that's when our new moon begins. And new moon is when the moon starts to grow into the full moon. So those 15 days are a period of growth. So whatever you'll plant on a new moon will grow more. So any new ideas that you want to grow, any new things that you want to grow, any new projects that you're looking at, any new maybe for your studies, maybe for your school, maybe for your college, maybe for your office, anything you planted on a new moon, and it tends to grow. You ask the moon energy to be with you and grow it further. Until full moon, we have that energy of making it grow. And similarly, when you come to full moon and you go to Amavasya, Purnima se Amavasya, that we say, full moon till no moon, that's the phase where the moon starts to diminish. It starts going down. So anything and everything that we want to release from our lives, anything that we would like to, do away with, we would like to, not have it in our space anymore, is what we start doing it on a full moon. So we do whatever ritual you want to do that day, or whatever intention you want to create that day, is of releasing something from your life, whichever is not a contribution to you anymore. So that's what you do on a full moon. So full moon, we have created some easy rituals, like you can write whatever you want to release from your space on a piece of paper and then burn it. or on a new moon, we've created rituals like writing abundance check or getting a hair trim done. By doing a hair trim on a new moon, you have the tendency to grow the hair fuller and faster. If you cut your hair on Purnima, like some men who don't want a faster hair growth, they cut their hair on Purnima, that is full moon. So the growth becomes, slower. It won't grow that fast. But if you cut your hair on new moon, the growth tends to be even faster and fuller. And many of my clients have experienced this. I myself have experienced it. So if I get a haircut done on a new moon day, it generally adds to more volume to my hair. And yes, if you can't go for a proper haircut, even if you just take a scissors and snip some ends of your hair, it contributes. The idea being that you're creating that energy of more growth. So the abundance check writing is also having the same intention behind it. When we write an abundance check, we are telling the universe to grow our abundance. Usually we do an abundance check writing with money in mind, but personally I have also seen that we can do abundance check writing so many more things other than just money. Because to me, abundance is about total prosperity consciousness. It's not only about just money. Even students who are giving board exams or very important competitive exams, even they can write abundance checks intending better marks, better results. So there are many different ways of creating abundance by writing an abundance check. It's not just only money. Similarly, when we talk about full moon, we can release anything and everything from our lives that's not a contribution. It could be a health issue, it could be a relationship that's bothering us, it could be some financial blockages. So that's how we play with the moon energy. These are the kind of things we do on a new moon and a full moon to take advantage of the moon energy. Just play with it, go with it for some time, do it for a couple of months, at least 3 months minimum, do it continuously, and then see how beautifully it'll shift things for you. Even for people who are going through some kind of grief of losing a loved one, they've lost someone to to the next realm, and they are missing their loved ones in this planet. Even they can do this full moon ritual for 3 continuous months to release that grief and that let that soul travel further. It is an amazing shift that happens, that how much of your grief just goes away by doing it continuously for 3 full moons. So yeah, at least do these for 3 continuous months and then see what magic starts to show up. So now, having talked about the full moon, new moon energies, I would like to invite you guys to be a part of the 7-month program that I'm starting next month in April till October, both for full moon as well as for new moon. There are going to be 2 different groups. One is going to be about abundance check writing on new moons, and one is going to be about releasing blockages on full moon. And if you would like to know more details on that, ping me at 900-4900-777. That's my WhatsApp number. And you can also email me. All the details are there in the YouTube group. And you can always comment in the comment section. Anything else you would like to know, whatever comes up, you can share with me. Play with the tools, whatever is interesting to you here, whatever connects to you here, and whatever shows in your space. I would love to get your feedback. I would love to see some comments from you. And yes, anything more you would like to hear in this podcast and you would like to know more about, you can always let me know. You can send me a message. You can write it in the comment section what next you would like to hear on. And I'll definitely try to incorporate that in my coming podcast. Like I told you in the beginning, it's all about following the energy. Today, I was totally guided to talk about the new moon, full moon. And as it's a new moon today, we are beginning the channel with that. So let's see what else is possible here. Do subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and you'll always be notified when a new podcast uploads. Lots more energy tuners, lots more tips, lots more information will be shared with this channel. And I'm looking forward to connect with you guys more and more. And feel free to get back and connect back. Totally, what else is possible now? All the best. Have a wonderful, wonderful week ahead.